Yo! How's it going, everyone? Back for the early Dokkan stream. How you guys are doing? Super loud, isn't it? Yeah, Blood Mungo over on the Twitch side. Any Dokkan content tonight? Well, in terms of content, probably not. Well, almost certainly not. News, maybe. Last year we got an EZA on the 8th. So if we were going to get an EZA on the 8th again this year, then the info should be out today. But obviously we don't know for sure. Let's get our dailies done here. But yeah, how's everybody doing? If no EZA to info tonight, I say we throw one of the mods into a volcano to appease the Dokkan gods. He's a fraud, like Fraudion. Bringer not able to catch a break. That's right. Bringer will be redeemed when the LR Tapion on Minosha EZA gets announced and is like the new best LR in the game. I've had these two at like one level 9 link for ages now. Hey, Sister Ningen, how's it going? Yeah, no, news info is like, is it 8 or 9 UK time in terms of like tweets? Physical Golden Freezer EZA, I mean, could be. Godku and Hit or Tech Kefla. Yeah, I think those are two that I think are likely for like being part of the Golden Week celebration. But if we're getting an EZA like that is specifically for Goku Day or Gohan Day, I mean, like I said in the video yesterday, Goku and Hit still fits that theme because it is still a Goku card, but let's get the second channel link in there. Get those pinned. Okay. I'll take my Goat Gang and EZA, give me Physical Freezer instead. I mean, it could be, his EZA could be really good. Like, if they did a really good job. And then having him on teams with like the Int Goku and Freezer or AGL Full Power Freezer might be pretty good. Expedition 34, find the content. Yeah, where is it? I wasn't there when Tech, SSJ, Goku and Gohan released. They were pretty good, especially for Global, because obviously back then we still weren't synced. So Global got them before the anniversary. Like before the Red Zone, before the 7-year LRs. LR Kefla is a possibility for part 2, yeah. Part 2 LRs is probably like Kefla, Hit plus God Goku would be cool, or just Hit plus Goku in any way, shape or form. Angel Golden Freezer. SSJ3 Broly's Super EZA needs to be legendarily bad. Fulfill the prophecy. No. Super Saiyan 3 Broly Super EZA needs to be... He needs to come out and be like the best Super EZA in the game to make up for his previous letdown, I guess you could say. Oh yeah, Anto got a membership here finally as well, so slowly but surely he's separating from apathy in every format.
All right, let's do this.
The antopathy fusion has come undone. He walked so Raditz could run. But yeah, the unfortunate thing about the Gohan and the Goku and Gohan is they were pretty good on release, but they just aged quite badly in terms of like overall defense and stuff. I want Int Super Gogeta to be the best Super EZA just cause. Fair. Yeah, Tala, how's it going? Hitting God Goku EZA needs to have a great chance to dodge and build up damage reduction with each super up to 60% in slot 1 or 2. Slot 3 gets guard and does 2 additional supers with a massive attack buff. That's the only thing I think is weird about that is they don't have any dodge in slot 3, so you kind of have to run them on rotation unless, like, because in slot 3, even if they get like 4 supers off, but then they get hit with a super, then they'll get clapped. It should be like if they're on rotation, so if they're in like slot 1 or 2, then yeah, they should build up like damage reduction or something, and then in slot 3 have the 70% chance to dodge. She totally forgot about EZA, STR, Goku, Gohan. I think that's the problem with mixing EZA to URs on a list. Yeah, it's weird mixing them because obviously we would expect like good EZAs to be sort of at that top tier like level. Like I said in my one, like I saw Minato's top 10 like just before I'd made mine. And because he put the EZA to URs in as well, out of the top 10, I think only like 3 of them were non-EZAs. So it's like, I want to do the list of like all the non-EZA ones to show like where they stack up against each other. Otherwise, half of them don't even make it into the top 10. Right? Still dodging these like the goat I am. Yeah, it's going to happen. A couple of people have said they're going to try and make it happen over the weekend, because of course we will be having the World Tournament Weekend special event, streaming Friday, Saturday and Sunday, starting from 4 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. Yeah, that Super Saiyan 3 Rose art. I had to have that spare one for the profile. Right, see if Team Bardock can survive the power of Devilman. Sad text-to-speech noises. Dodge every membership this World Tournament weekend, I'm calling it. I mean, like I said before, I guess like we have no way to know. You've had a membership before, right? So I was going to say, we have no way to know if you can even actually get one. Bring it down. Yeah, can't wait to get top 100 again while apparently taking it easy. Massive all-day hike and drinking a river friends from high school this weekend. Nice. Sounds good. AGLK or EZA would be really useful for like the Universe 6 team setup, but I don't know, is she old enough to get an EZA? Maybe. I had one randomly given on Rado stream, so I can get them. Okay. Oh, I didn't actually even watch what was happening. Yeah, we did just kill him. 600 stones on hit spanner, no hit, 2 Magettas, 1 new Piccolo somehow. Yeah, that's basically exactly what I did, although I got 1 Magetta. 600 stones and the tickets. AGLK was 2 years old. Does Magetta? I don't know. I've never watched the dub for the Super, like, especially like from the Tournament of Power. I'm guessing he, like, surely if he says anything at any point, he must have an English VA. Yeah, there's a bunch of GT units that came out around the time of the 2nd anniversary that don't have an EZA. There's the STR Super Saiyan 3 Great Ape Goku. There's an STR Trunks, a Physical Pan, Int Baby. All of those are from like around the 2nd anniversary. So they're like 8 years old and they don't have an EZA. And we've had multiple GT celebrations like since then. But yeah, they just don't have one for some reason. If we didn't get a new LR every 5 world tournaments, I would do that, yeah. I mean, ever since, like, I guess for the longest time, ever since I basically, pretty much ever since I stopped, like, working night shifts, I guess, I never get number 1 in the local anymore because of the time that it finishes for the UK. Like, the world tournament always finishes while I'm asleep, and it's like, even if I stayed up a bit late, it's still, even if I stayed up till, like, 3 in the morning, it finishes at 6, so there's like 3 hours where the person who's at number 2 could then catch up and overtake me, which is basically what happens every single time. Fitting Goku EZA is revealed, then would they drop an EZA banner? So people get the unit unless they're on the part 2 banner and expected to summon and use coins. I mean, that could still be a thing, like if they could just be on the part 2 banner, but usually they don't release the EZA with the character not being available at the time. Like if the part 2 banner was already out, then they could get an EZA and just be on the yellow coin banner. But if their EZA gets announced today and it's coming out in like 2 days time, they, I assume, probably would do an EZA banner because, yeah, otherwise there's no other way to actually get the unit. Although I'm trying to think, have they done that at some point in the past? Because if they've ever done that before, where a unit's got on an EZA but they weren't actually on any active banners, then I guess in theory it could just happen. But I guess it just depends. They did it during the anniversary of Goku and Frieza. Yes, I mean that's it. If they've ever done it before, then I guess it is possible that it could happen again. You could always announce the EZA, then wait till the Part 2 banner. That's the thing. They won't announce the they sometimes do it like a bit earlier than usual, but I don't see them announcing the EZA like today, and then it doesn't come out for like over a week, because the Part 2 LR is normally around the middle of the month, so we're still like over a week away from the Part 2 LR. So it'd be weird if they like announced the EZA today and then it wasn't coming out for like 8 days or something. Always depends. Yeah, shout out to everyone who's here nice and early for the stream. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not already. We've got like less than half the people in the stream on the YouTube side have liked the stream. So go ahead and hit that like button. Super physical. Just gonna run through this current battlefield setup. Get our beat everything for the second time missions. Should be okay with a new Angel Golden Freezer LR. No, I to be fair, I'm happy with whatever. If it was physical, if the Part 2 LR was a Golden Freezer and then we got the physical Freezer EZA, I think that would work really well. I'm happy with them doing whatever as long as it like is good and works, right? Nowadays I less as much care about like who the unit is, just as much as that they're actually good. Like, for example, I wasn't super hyped about like Cell as the Dokkan Fest, but the reason why I'm disappointed with him is that I don't think he's that good. So I guess it's better, I guess, that it wasn't a character that I would be super hyped for, and then he had the exact same kit as the STR Cell, because then I'd be more disappointed that a character that I was hyped for was not good, which I think is one of the reasons why a lot of people are disappointed about Blue Kaioken, right? Because people have wanted a new Blue Kaioken Goku for ages, and now we finally got one, and he isn't very good. Okay. Super AGL Goku family plus Bicon. I forgot they can lock. It's weird. I don't think we've had many Battlefield bosses that lock over the history of the different battlefields. Which probably, I'm sure it has happened before, but it's not very common. For the Kefla is the LR, let's hope it's Super Saiyan into 2. Yeah, because we've got the base one with the EZA. And the physical one Super Saiyan 2, because the SSR was Super Saiyan 1. So yeah, best bet is it to just be Super Saiyan. It doesn't even necessarily need to transform as long as the card is like good enough, but yeah. Have her start off as Super Saiyan, and then that Kefla art that was leaked supposedly with that banner error thing. I'm assuming that would then just be the SSR. Just wait till LR Carbo's doing 3 times the damage of Blue Kaioken Goku casually. I mean, that would be funny. I like the idea, somebody posted it in the Discord as well, of like the Vegeta from the Carbo fight where he goes like blue as like the finishing attack thing. That would be pretty cool. Now we have very, very little representation of that, like of Vegeta from the Carbo fight in the game, so it'd be kind of cool. I mean, we could just grade 8 here, but really, what's the point? I need someone to come out with a 220% lead for Bardock. I want to use this guy on a proper like 200, because he has a couple of 200% leaders, but those teams aren't really super meta relevant anymore. We need a new like really good unit to come out with a 220 lead for Bardock. So we can really see him cook in these difficult events. Yeah, LR Kid Buu will be announced, and then the end of service announcement will come like a week later or something. Yeah, just repeat that now that they've put it into the game. Just have a bunch of units come out where the their active skill is serious or get serious. Let's get a non-Saiyan 220 for Bardock. Best idea ever. I mean, that's the kind of thing that would happen. We'll get like a yellow coin LR Freezer that leads like Revenge for 220 or something. Actually, it wouldn't be yellow coin, but it'd have to be Carnival. But like, yeah, Freezer that leads Revenge 220. And then technically he is a leader for Bardock, but they wouldn't work well together like at all. So yeah, that's the exact thing I could see happening. LR Trio to Dangers. Yeah, I've seen people mention that as well. And that is one of those things that's like, again, I've said many times before, you guys know I'm not like the biggest fan of some of the Tournament of Power stuff. Like LR Trio to Danger would be like not even zero hype, it would be negative hype for me. Like I don't think I could physically care any less about that if that was going to be the thing. LR Kid Buu is so grand that they spend all the budget for the next 5 years and have to shut down. Yeah. Imagine if they decided to drop a Dokkan Fest or LR Marseille with a 220%. Oh, don't play with me, Drace. Don't give me hope. It's so crazy that they just randomly released a Marseillan, like, for no reason, just with a Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku. They were just on the same banner, and then that was it. Like, outside of Heroes, like, they've never done anything like that again, like like the Timebreaker mask. I know it's a Xenoverse collab card technically, but like, yeah, how random is that? Like, during the 120 League meta, they released the Tech Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku as the Super Tech 120 lead, and then just randomly dropped a Mars Saiyan on the same banner, who had his own Dokkan event, but isn't a Dokkan Fest, so you can get him in the general pool. So like any multi you do nowadays on any banner, you could get Mars Saiyan. But yeah, he has his own Dokkan event, like AGL Tapion. He has his own Dokkan event, but isn't a Dokkan Fest exclusive. Like, so weird. But hopefully they will, because they have their own, I mean, not that that matters, it's not like other characters, like they have to have them, but hopefully because they have their own Dokkan events, maybe one day they will include them in like the units that could get a Super EZA. Because they do that in the same celebration, Super EZA, AGL Tapion, and EZA the LR. Yeah, that was fun. I remember that back in the day, yeah, where some people were like, oh, will Global even get Super Saiyan 3 Broly because of the, like, because he's a Heroes character, even though he isn't a Heroes character, obviously. And even I was saying back then, like, so I was making videos then, because it was around the time I started in the 120 League now. But yeah, I like said back then, it's like, there's no way they would release a character as one of the 120 like meta leaders on JP that they then would not be allowed to release on Global. Like, well, I mean, that's the thing. I guess, like, some people, you could call him like a semi-Dokkan Fest or like an honourable Dokkan Fest, but like, technically there is no such thing, right? A unit is either a Dokkan Fest exclusive or they're not. And Dokkan Fest exclusive literally is because the reason why they're called that is because they're only available on Dokkan Fest exclusive banners, like the red coin banners, and like when they're featured, because there's no unfeatured pool of like Dokkan Fest exclusives. But yeah, it's weird that they did that for like those two units in particular. Like they came out on their own, like on new banners, not on their own, because obviously Marseille was with Goku. But like they came out on a banner with their own Dokkan event, but they're not Dokkan Fest exclusives. You can just get them from like anywhere, which is weird. And they haven't done it like since then. When did Super Saiyan 3 Broly come out? Yeah, he was definitely late on Global. They like because that was back in the day when the release order was all over the place. Because yeah, when did he come out? Okay, yeah, so we're already getting categories because that was it like the 3rd anniversary was the introduction of categories. Apart from the thing. Marseille came out on the 12th of October 2017 on Global. I remember summoning on that banner, literally not caring about getting Tech Angel Goku and just wanting Marseille. And so typically I pulled Tech Angel Goku first. Oh yeah, because it was at the end of October. That was when LR Goku Black and Zamasu came out. And that was the first time that I was like using like did a big order with like a stone vendor. I got like 2,000 stones to summon for. It was the first time I'd like proper summoned on an LR banner until I actually got them. But yeah, Janemba and Gogeta were November. Physical Gotenks was December. Oh yeah, then we got STR Ulma Gohan on the 28th of December. So we got our first like, well, apart from Gogeta and Omega, but we got our category leader before we got Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Physical LR Trunks. There you go. Super Saiyan 3 Broly came out on Global at the end of January 2018. Yo, Darth Pickles, how's it going? I remember Tech's Angel Goku because I pulled him on a single. Nice. I was working at McDonald's at the time. Short period, it was Int UI, then Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, because Int UI was was for Christmas for Global, and I got absolutely destroyed. I got like all of the tickets and like a bunch of the other bits and pieces and didn't get them. Kind of funny to think that Super Saiyan 3 Broly was a Tanabata unit on JP. Wait, what? You think the EZA will be revealed? If we're getting any news today, it will be like it'll be in either half an hour or an hour and a half. I would summon for them during my lunch breaks, and depending how the summons went determined how the rest of my day went. Usually went pretty bad. Hey, shout out to Soul for re-upping their channel membership. Lobster Squad member for 18 months. Let's go. Hit that 1.5 year milestone. You love to see it. 18, sheesh. Yeah, W's in the chat for Soul. Appreciate you. LR Goku Black and Tommaso releases when I joined Dokkan. Didn't know it was bad to someone like... Yeah. Yeah, yellow coin LRs, especially when LRs first started coming out and there were so few LRs in the game. So it made it, like, even less likely that you were actually going to pull something good. Yeah, not great. So yeah, where's... So it was July 2017. Or June. Did they even have Tanabata then, technically? Because Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks came out at the beginning of June. And then... probably came out at on the 30th of June. Goku Black and Zamasu came out like in between the two of them on like the 20th. Was that even counted as like the Tanabata celebration back then, or? Yo, Gareth, how's it going? Brainbuster. Hey, shout out to Junior for re-upping their channel membership. Been a Ningen Club member for a full month now. How's it going? Let's say how you doing, man. We're doing well today. Just chilling, waiting on some news. Getting our Battlefield run done here. Back when they shadow dropped LR Gohan on a double rates banner. Yeah, that was the first emulator that I used as well, BlueStacks. And then... I can't remember, it was BlueStacks and then Nox, I think, were the ones that I used. So I remember when they, because I had that to have a JP account as well, I'm pretty sure. Because then I remember when it was like, was it a couple of years ago when they actually added the JP version to like the international, like global, like Google Play. So I downloaded the JP version on my phone. You could still get it on your phone before, actually, I think, but you had to get it from like somewhere else. I've heard of different games banning people for using emulators. Yeah, I can't speak to any other games, but yeah, you can't get banned from playing Dokkan on an emulator. That's the thing, emulators are what allow you to run like mods in the private server and all that kind of stuff, but if you're not doing anything like that and you're just like using it, because it's just an Android emulator, and then you download Dokkan and everything else about it is like as normal. So if you're not doing anything, there's no way for them to even tell, like, because you're not doing anything to the game or the game files or anything. And he recently deleted it. I don't remember, it's right in that time slot. Yeah, it's around that June like period. I don't know if they were, because obviously Tanabata is a real thing, like a festival in Japan, but they might not have. They might just have like not yet named the celebration that in the game or something. Potentially. Taking back to those times, I'd spend almost 90% of what I spent in this game. I'll probably have a wife and a 4-bed house. Alright, so Frieza is the last one left and he's int. So, super physical Goku family team. go. My brain is running on empty. I forgot this was a stream and tried to fast forward like it was a video. I'm going to see what team we're going to use against Trunks. Alright, well, Goku has damage reduction on the first turn, so he should be fine in slot 1. We hope. Keep thinking how many dope battle motions would have by now if they introduce you during the 9th anniversary. Movie 8 and 10, Z, Broly, UI, Goku, Rose. Yeah. Yeah, because just think all of the 9th anniversary characters would have had them, and then all the worldwide characters would have had them. Yeah, that would have been really cool. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get them eventually. I'm not sure how long it's going to take, because obviously there's so many characters that still need to get the battle animations, or the idle motion, or whatever you want to call them. The interesting thing will be to see whether they even bother, because like they did say that eventually they would do them for most units, but like it'll be interesting to see when the heroes units, the EZA this year, get their EZAs, which. At this point, I'm just going to assume it's still going to be November, because we haven't heard anything at all yet. Like, I wonder if when they get their EZAs, they will actually give them, like, idle animations. Because, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just don't bother. Which would be really annoying, but I think it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, Wing Kit, how's it going? Yesterday reached rank 999. Nice. RIP to the free stamina refills on rank up. That's the biggest thing that is like missed when you get to rank 999. Those moments where you can time it just right when you're doing some like link level runs or something, and then you use your like last bit of stamina to do one final run, and then get like a rank up and then get full stamina back again. And then once you get to rank 999, it's all over. That's right, Goku finishes off Frieza here. It'll be very telling which battle motions we get after the Gammas. They might go backwards through the anniversaries, or they'll continue through 2024. You notice that lack of stamina refreshes quickly, yeah, especially if you are somebody who, like Bringer, you link level a lot, then yes, it will be noticeable. Alright, so the final boss is AGL Trunks. I used the Super Tech team last time, didn't I? So, can we actually... What's my Extreme Tech team? Well, will I be able to do it with the Extreme Tech team? Yeah. Surely. I've got those guys. Just put them on there, I suppose. It's interesting though, going from like Cooler, who could be sealed and stunned, and then this guy obviously can't have either of those things done to him. Yeah, let's do that. We'll do the I was tempted to not use it because obviously Zamasu gets buffed by getting hit. I don't know how well the androids will hold up without, like, with their tanking. Hey, shout out to Soul for gifting a channel membership. I appreciate you. Shout out to Solus for receiving it. Hey, Solus in the chat. Let's go. W's for Soul. Solus, you now have access to all of the channel emotes, so let us know which one is your favourite, or which ones. I'm still a big fan of the, we now have the Mac and Sif as pirates emotes. Yeah, that's true. Soul, and it went to Solus. Yeah. Can't spell Solus without Soul. Good stuff. Let's find, where is the this? Put that up. There we go. Do that and do that. Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. You love to see it. Don't like to see this getting immediately supered in slot 1, eh? Fortunately, Texel, yeah, is a beast. And can slot 1 against, especially against a type advantage like superclass character. He can handle that pretty well. Wow, Trunks dodged. That's crazy. What I miss is, yeah, the rank missions where you just get stones for getting to a certain ranking, and they did it up to like rank 500 and then never added any more. And that was years ago as well. Maybe they don't want to do it now because they know like how long ago it was that like if they added those missions they would basically just be giving half the player base like hundreds of stones for free. Because I imagine quite a lot of people have obviously there's always new players and stuff, but I imagine quite a lot of people have gotten up past rank 500 now. And this unit, like, his animations are so good. Like, if it had actually been good, that AGL Trunks could have been so much fun. Yeah. Only just hit 500 recently. I think it was during Worldwide. Okay, Chaotic Arbor is at 966. Let me know what rank you guys are in the chat. It's also one of those things, I guess it depends on how much you like link level, because link leveling on the quest stages, especially when there's like 4 times XP and stuff like that, is one of the like quickest ways to rank up. It's actually crazy how like easy this Trunks boss is in comparison to what the Metal Cooler. There you go. I know I'd remember his name eventually. Crazy how easy this Trunks boss is in comparison to what Metal Cooler was like. Didn't get a lot of orbs this time, unfortunately. Been seeing in the 600s forever it seems, although I don't grind links as often as other players do. I generally link level favourite units or units I use the most. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, link leveling takes a long time, so especially if you're like free to play, like using a lot of stamina for like link leveling is quite the investment. Justin CP90 is at 945, nice. A couple of people in the getting up into the higher 900s. Soon at the point where you won't get those free rank ups. Crazy how Trunks is easier than every other boss in this battlefield. Yeah, you might actually be right. Do that. But yeah, Trunks is very, very easy. I mean, the thing is, the Metal Cooler wasn't too bad once you got past like the slot 1, like the first turn, basically. Because as long as you had like a sealer or a stunner or something, and they were on turn 1, you have a decent slot 1 tank, so you don't just get immediately obliterated by like 3 supers in slot 1, because that could happen. But yeah, like, you always try and make sure, like, once we knew what the fight was like, you just always try and make sure that the team that you have for that Metal Cooler fight, you have at least 2 sealers, and then just get 1 on each rotation. And then as long as you've survived the first turn, that's it. Like, then he's sealed forever and can never super attack you. And then it's just easy. So collect our rewards. Now we've beaten it through twice. Hey, shout out to Dylan Krem for re-upping their channel membership. Member for 33 months. Let's go. 3 months away from the big 3-year milestone. You love to see that. World Tournament announcer for the Part 2 LR. Yeah, Metal Cooler I think just took a lot of people by surprise, because obviously you get to the final stage of the battlefield once it's reset and you don't know like what you're expecting, and then you get to the boss and he's like triple supers you in slot 1 or something. So like if you're not ready for that and you haven't got your team like built for that, then it can be a devastating shock, I guess. But then once we knew what his fight was like and how to like best build around it and stuff, then it just became very, very easy. Okay, well, Omega was easily the hardest. I can't actually remember back to exactly what Omega and Jiren were like. I know they were hard when they first came out, but bro just decided when you die.
All right, let's do this.
I had no slot 1 tanks back then, so him supering slot 1 was a death sentence. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the meta was even like then. Like, because there was that period for a while where we had like we really did have like very few good slot 1 units in the meta. There was like multiple releases in a row of Dokkan Fests and like even like Part 2 LRs of a celebration where they were just all like slot 2 units. Oh yeah, because Omega got nerfed, didn't he? Was it? I can't remember now. Did Global get the non-nerfed version for like 1 battlefield or something, or did we just get the nerfed one straight away? I have a question. Could I beat the Peppy Girl mission for Bulma with a new hit-led Universe 6 team? I mean, it's about, I forget, it depends what the mission is specifically. If the mission is to use 6 Peppy Gals characters, then obviously no. But if the mission is to use like 5 Peppy Gals characters, then you can use 1 non-Peppy Gals character on the team. So yeah, then technically you could just use Hit as the leader. Has there ever been a day where you almost forgot to do a daily login? I mean, for me, no. But then obviously, I've been making daily videos on the game for years now. So. Yeah, I think we got the pre-nerfed version from once, and then straight after that it was fixed, whereas JP had it for like, was it 2 or 3? Maybe more. 4 Peppy Gals. Yeah, if it's 4, because then literally all you have to do is whatever the mission like says, right? Whatever the mission requirement is. So if it's 4 Peppy Gals characters, that means the other 2 characters on your team can be whoever you want. So but then you got to remember, because you're not against a Universe Survival Saga or Pure Saiyan, like the Tech Khalifas don't have a 100% chance to dodge. I'm just thinking, do these guys have any 220 leads? You won't be, right? Because you Earthbred Fighters, but yeah, they're not on Dragon Ball Seekers. Are they on Accelerated Battle? No. I just realised that the I was thinking about doing like a I say like a re-showcase, but just to look back at like the Tech Super Saiyan Goku and Gohan, because I really want them to get an EZA. But I just realised by looking at their thing, like they're not on, they don't have any 220 leads. Because where's their 200% leader thing? So they're on Earthbred Fighters, but they're not on Youth or Dragon Ball Seekers, so they don't get it from Kid Goku. And they're on Tournament Participants, but they're not Androids or Accelerated Battle, so they don't get it from Cell. They got a couple of like 200% leaders, which is fine. But yeah, the 170 leads options for them is not so good. But I mean, they wouldn't be good in this like meta anyway. But I just wanted to see like what kind of numbers they would get up to. I mean, this is a pretty crazy team. Yeah, look at this unit. They're so good. I just want to be able to see. I just want to be able to see their abilities actually get used. But I don't know if they would even survive long enough. Yeah, no, because they're even though because Gohan goes Super Saiyan 2 in the active skill, but Goku doesn't, so they're not on Power Beyond Super Saiyan, so they're not on the Tech Gods team. This is hits. What is this, active skill? No, I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, hits OSTs. I don't dislike them. I just don't like them as like the background OSTs. Actually, wait, shouldn't they be... Oh, no. Wait, are they not... How are they not on Earth Protecting Heroes when Gohan is? Even though it's like a... Is it because... Oh, it's that stupid... It's because Earth Protecting Heroes has that stupid thing where it's like... They have to actually have successfully protected the Earth. So, like, these guys, I guess because they're a what-if character, they don't count? But how are you going to have, like... This is just a different version of... the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan that defeats Cell. Like, how are they not on Earth Protecting Heroes? Because then, yeah, otherwise they'd be on Vegito's 220 lead. Yeah, that's dumb. Because, yeah, if it gives me the Vegito friend, then that isn't... Well, I just realised this team doesn't even work, because, like, we don't have any slot 1 units. Yeah, we also don't have any Goku Gohan friends. Yeah, Goku didn't. Well, actually, this Goku, I guess, didn't save the Earth because technically, this Goku did an instant transmission cell away from the planet. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to change up the team anyway because we don't have a slot 1. I really wanted to bring Bardock, but we don't have a slot 1 unit until he's transformed. So it's Super Saiyans or Goku family. I mean, Raditz, obviously. When this guy gets an EZA, like, then we'll be talking. Beast, but only getting a 170 lead. Just randomly jump into this stage because I'm never gonna.
All right, let's do this.
They're saving heroes, yeah. Yeah, because it is like Earth protecting heroes, but like they have to have actually successfully protected the Earth. Because otherwise, if you think about it, really, like every single like Z Fighter character would be on it, because pretty much all of the major battles, like that's what they are doing, is protecting the Earth. So like everyone would be on the category. Yeah, the whole like giving Cell a sensu bean thing is just so funny. How it's been like argued about and talked about ever since like it happened, because it is just that weird, funny, like, why would you want to give the enemy the advantage? Like, oh yeah, no, we have to. He has to truly know that he was defeated in a fair fight. It's like, well, why? Like, dude's trying to destroy the Earth. Like, let's just get rid of him. Alright, before we start the run, it is almost the hour, so let me get the news thing up here. It's very possible that it's in an hour though, if it isn't now, so because it was 8 o'clock before the clocks changed for me a couple of weeks back, so I think the news time is 9 now. Yeah, nothing on Twitter, so if news is today, it'll be in an hour. Yeah, that's what I thought. I always forget because of the times changing and stuff. Yes, 8 AM for me now.
All right, let's do this.
But yeah, news. The time for news now is 9 AM. All right. Yes, exactly, Nemu. That's what we want. I'm looking forward to the reveal of EZA, Tech Goku, and Gohan for Goku Day. That's why we're doing a video. Well, I say a video, but we're taking a look at him now. I mean, I could record it, but it's one of those things where they're just going to get absolutely destroyed, right? Like, we don't really need to you know what, I'll record it anyway, because on the off chance, like, if we get, the thing is, if we get the EZA announced in like an hour and it isn't them, then the video's kind of pointless. And even if it does get announced and it is them, doing a video of them pre-EZA is also kind of pointless, but why not, I guess. I just really want this unit to EZA. Although now realising they don't have any 220% leads is a shame. Seems like it's flown under the radar as an option. Yeah, I posted about it yesterday. I replied to Truth's tweet about it. I mentioned it on the podcast, and then I mentioned it in my video yesterday talking about the Hidden God Goku EZA like potential, but for the content, bro. Yeah, exactly. We might as well. Need the Super Vegeta plus Super Trunks. Yeah, true. Alright, well, let's do it. Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. And so we're recording this early morning on stream before any EZA news that potentially is or isn't going to come out today. Because this is a unit that I really want to see get an EZA. I talked about it in yesterday's video, because we're going to have the Goku, Gohan and Goten Day like mini celebration coming up. I think these guys are a relevant option. AGL Cell and STR Goku and Gohan EZA'd recently as well, so you know these guys come from the same celebration, so it's not like it's too early. There's a bunch of other options. Tech LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, obviously people hitting God Goku seems like an absolute given, but that could be just part of part 2 and obviously nothing to do with Goku Day. So I really want to see these guys get an EZA, so I figured just for why not, let's do a video looking back at them. I mean, the downside is, of course, they don't have any 220% leads currently. We're running them on the 200% lead for the EZA'd Goku and Gohan. Now, I feel like these guys, they're potentially going to get destroyed very easily in this kind of content. So I don't know if picking like an actual like meta relevant difficult stage was a good idea, but we'll see how we get on. Now these guys, I think one of their biggest issues was very early on, although actually now that I look at their kit, they don't actually build up any ki, do they? So their biggest issue was always ki, because if you look at their links you can see they have prepared for battle, and I guess Golden Warrior technically gives them 1 ki, but then that's it, right? So there they are on 11 ki at the start of the turn, and they get extra ki with the orbs that they pick up, but only 1. Oh, that was lucky. Alright, so you can grab these for them. So these guys, I just think they're a super fun unit. They have every link active here with these guys. Because yeah, we have these 6 links from Goku and Gohan, and then Legendary Power from Vegeta. But as you can see, they're at 170k defense start of turn. What do they get? Do we get anything when attacking? With 12 or more ki, we get 58% defense. With 18 or more ki, we get another 58% defense. Okay, so I don't know if those stack though, because if you get the first 58% and then you get 58% of that, that would be better. But I don't think it's that. So I think it's just 116% extra defense. So they're only going to go to being at what, like 330, 340k defense, something like that. And then their super attacks, the 18 ki raises attack and defense for 1 turn, the 12 ki raises defense for 1 turn. So at least with 20 ki they get a guaranteed additional super. But yeah, I mean obviously they're not going to do they're not going to be doing anything too crazy, but we'll see how we get on. Shout out to Tala for re-upping his membership, channel member for 15 months. Everyone's having a good day / night. Don't forget to give the stream a like. The cursed face of shame stare down. Alright, can we get the triple super for Goku on turn 1? That'd be pretty nice, because then we'd have a slot 1 unit for these guys as well. No, of course not. Is he going to dodge? Whew, at least he dodged. That gives him the buff as well. Alright, so what are we hitting here on turn 1? 9.3. Let's go. I mean, their animations aren't the craziest as well. They're not bad by any stretch, but I think obviously the big like selling point, like the big cool factor for this unit is their active skill, which will obviously hopefully try and get in the run here. There's the problem with using them in an actual difficult like difficult content like thing, is that they might get killed before we get to using the active skill. We're very lucky, to be fair, on the first turn that we had like no attacks in slot 2. So yeah, Misfit, how's it going? Wow, these guys on both turns we had no attacks in slot 1. That's crazy. Alright, so we'll do that for you, that for you. AGL also Bardock, save all these tech orbs. I don't know if he'll survive the turn, but yeah, the art's good in the animations. Like the animations themselves aren't like super crazy, like over the top or anything, but like at least they look good. Like the characters, I wouldn't say sprites, because obviously that is what we normally see, like, you know, the enemy sprites and stuff, but just the actual overall art and that for the super attacks, like they look good. But yeah, the active skill is what it's all about. But yeah, something they could easily do to make these guys a bit better is obviously give them like greatly raise attack and defense on the 18 key, and then make the 12 key like stack defense. They already get an additional at 20 key. I could see them doing the thing that a few LRs that I've got now, where like at 24 key they get a guaranteed crit. Because this is a unit that you do want to give them a decent bit of additional, so that when you get that 20 key you get the additional super, and then you get the hidden potential as well. There's like quite a few things that they could do very easily that don't have to make them like super busted, but will make them really good. Because really they're only just supposed to be there to be a slot 2 damage dealer, right? So oh, this is a sketchy turn though, because they have to get hit. Yeah, see, Goku's already up to 550k here now. And we'll be able to transform like after this turn. Yeah, you can get the full 24 key for them, but because yeah, the active skill can be activated when facing only one enemy whose HP is 59% or less, starting from the 5th turn, or when HP is 58% or more, starting from the 7th turn. So if you have to wait like till turn 7, you can do it even if you're on full health, which is good. How much does this Goku? Let me just double check, because how much does this guy actually do, like with his normals? Because I'm not sure. Can we even tank? Can they even tank normal attacks from him? I don't know. Let's check Dokkan info like real quick. So we've got the Goku story, Red Zone, Future Trunks Saga. His normals, okay, his normals only do 400k. So as long as he doesn't super them, they should be able to tank normals. But watch them get supered. What do mine actually have for their build? I think I gave them mostly additional and then some dodge. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, they only have level 3 dodge. So if they get supered, we'll be hoping for clutch RNG, but I guess we'll see. Shout out to Wrath for gifting a channel membership. Shout out to Tylenol for receiving the membership. Judah, how's it going? With the additional normal and the hidden potential additional normal. Good thing he double supered on the first turn, I guess. Oh no, he didn't super Goku. Yeah, 9.2. So they're hitting like just under 10 mil. Obviously for today's standards, like a rainbow LR, that's not ideal, but you know, they're gonna get supered, aren't they? Because they should tank his normals. I was going to say, especially if they do a triple super turn. Oh, never mind. 247. Wow, really? I guess do those 58% not stack then? Well, I suppose he has the extreme versus super modifier, but that's a lot more than I was expecting. Alright, well, we'll stop there. We'll jump into a slightly easier stage. Might have to be a slightly easier red zone even, potentially. Oh yeah, he gets 5% attack with each attack received up to 100%. Yeah, that's annoying. So yeah, as you can see, very much like not usable in the current meta. But yeah, W's in the chat for Wrath. Let's update that there as well. Much appreciated, my guy. I mean, the the blue zone wasn't that difficult. Should do a Hitting God Goku showcase. Yeah, I should use Hitting God Goku in the Seriously Serious event, right? Because they recommended using them in there. Let's do this Gohan one. Hopefully we can find another Goku and Gohan friend though. And there's actually a guest one. Crazy. Alright. Well, there's a very awkward first turn. Because we can't really put Goku in slot 1. There won't be no attacks in slot 1 on this turn as well. We'll just have to hope that Vegeta will be able to tank it. Can't get to any key with them either. Let's go. Yeah, that's what will be the funniest thing. Like if they actually aren't getting an EZA, and someone in the Dokkan office is just a massive troll. They're like, yeah, use STR God Goku and Hit for this new difficult event. The unit that's like a good few years old and doesn't have an EZA. And we'll just get absolutely crushed. But yeah, why not? But yeah, that's the only thing, like I said in yesterday's video, right? Like that's got to be the only reason. There's no other way, surely, that they're recommending to use a unit that is essentially unusable. Like, they must be getting an EZA, like, unless they have just gone crazy. I swear Kazan difficulties on par with Shadow of the Earth Tree. Yeah, I heard that it was very, very hard. Are you serious? He's supering them. Jeez. Okay, yeah, well, this is not going to happen, is it? I just wanted to see their active skill again. The game is so dry right now, I'm actually hyped for the World Tournament weekend. Well, get hyped because we are doing the World Tournament weekend special event, so I'll be live streaming all throughout the weekend, doing the World Tournament subathon style. So the more participation we get, the more new members, all that stuff, we will be streaming for potentially 8 hours on each of the 3 days. So by the end of the weekend, it will have been a 24 hours in total World Tournament stream. Split across the 3 days. I've done a 24-hour World Tournament stream once in the past, and I don't really ever want to do that again. So breaking it down over multiple days is the best way of doing it. Do that. Do that. Yo, Carnage, how's it going? Every boss I fight I get on the verge of raging. I hope that Hit Goku get a good EZA. Other than Dokkan Fest Hit, the units have been very mid. Yeah, for this Golden Week, for sure. I come here and the first thing I hear is World Tournament. There goes the good morning. How's it going, Prof? You're not excited for the World Tournament? Yeah, Hit and God Goku's EZA, they could give them some very interesting things because they do have different abilities depending on which slot you put them in. So they really could, like, if they wanted to, like, get creative with that. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, shout out to everyone who's out for the stream. Make sure you hit that like button if you're on the YouTube side. We've got about half the people in the stream have liked the stream. Make sure you hit the follow if you're on Twitch or on the TikTok side. Check out the Ningen Plays Variety Gaming channel. The link is pinned in the chat for the YouTube and Twitch side. We'll be playing some more Expedition 33 later. Crazy development in the story last night as we get into Act 2. So yeah, this has had a horrible like starting setup here. I took HL Tapion against the Blue Goku fight. He got tagged by a super every time before I could see if he could tank normals. Damn. Only 1 month now till we see if my prediction of Orange Piccolo for June is true. What, is the June like Dokkan Fest or is the Tanabata as part of Tanabata? Really tired, besides that everything is fine. Yeah, a bit tired. I mean, for today, like to stream, I get up at like 6. But went to bed at a reasonable time last night. Slept pretty well, so just always tired when it's early in the morning. I'm getting Expedition 33 for my birthday on Monday. Nice. How have you been enjoying? Because I think you've been at the streams, right? Or have you just like popped in? I know Raldo's been just popping in to say hi and liking the stream and then leaving because he's playing it, so he doesn't want spoilers, which is fair. Especially for a game like that that is very story like heavy. I can understand like if you're playing it yourself, like not wanting to watch a playthrough and see like story spoilers and stuff. So I totally get that. Also did one more run. He tanks Blue Goku's normals on turn 1 for 333k. Oof. He doesn't stack, does he, the HL Tapion? So it's not going to get any better than that, basically, is what I'm saying. Right, at least we've got a spot where they're not getting attacked. No, yeah. I already got spoiled by a YouTube video a day or two ago on the part you got to earlier. Right, okay. Yeah, that's a pretty big like story spoiler for the end of Act 1. I need Hit and God Goku EZA to have like 3 or 4 additional supers so I can watch Hit walk away loads and loads. Is the HL transforming cell worth the EZA? I mean, he's pretty decent. I would say if you mean in the sense of like should you do the EZA like event, then you should always do the EZA events, right? Because you get 30 odd stones even if you don't have the unit. But if you mean more like doing the EZA because obviously it costs any and then using like some Kais, he is very good. He's on like limited team setups though, so like There aren't really any teams I like running at the moment where I would run that AGL cell. Because if I was going to run, even with like a tournament participants team, if I was going to run the STR cell, I would run Tech cell with him. You could run Tech cell and AGL cell together, it would be interesting. Also got spoiled on a boss, that's fine. I mean, yeah, that's the thing, the gameplay is like really enjoyable. I just really like the game for like many different reasons, I guess, but it's still annoying to get spoiled on stuff sometimes. It's understandable, but yeah, we definitely don't want to be. You know, I could have put him in slot 1 actually. In fact, I probably should have done that. I should have put Goku and Gohan in slot 1 and then transformed them, because Gohan would have got like all of his hits in on this turn. Is Hit a good leader to use with STR Cell? Yeah, Cell goes on his team, gets his full leader skill, and then you don't have to worry about having 2 cells. So hey Josh, the 33 is definitely my game of the year so far, really loving it. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think about other stuff that's come out this year that would be the other like game of the year contenders. But yeah, it's probably so far, I think, my #1 pick. So Vegeta should finish off Trunks here, and then we can go on to the next phase. Actually get to see the active skill, potentially. Prefer Monster Hunter. Yeah, that came out this year. I know that's been successful. Obviously very different kinds of games, but oh nice, there you go. Watch me still get one shot here. If he saves the super for that one attack in the middle, then we are potentially still going to just die. Which will be very annoying. $9 million. Let's go. I want to see them get an EZA and that 9 million be like 30 something million. They're known for snubbing something. I mean, I think with the reception that it's gotten from like fans and critics, of course he did. Fans and critics alike, I think it would be very hard to ignore that game when it comes to like awards time. Of all the, literally that one attack in the middle, it had to be the super, didn't it? Yeah. So as you can see, they are not usable at all. Like it's not even, that's not even the current meta. Like that fight is considered very easy now. I can't remember. Did we beat this fight with the Heroes team? Have I done all of the... Did I do all the worldwide stages with the Heroes team in the end? I feel like I did. Or did we get to like the final phase Gohan and then that was it? That's right, we can always count on Prof for the Super Saiyan 3 Rosé friend.
All right.
Cannot wait for Elden Ring Night Rain. Yep, same here. I'm going to be making a load of content. I've been making some stuff already, like putting up some shorts. I'm going to be making some like character guides and stuff like that. And then yeah, when the game comes out, loads of streams, videos for like guides and builds and challenge runs and all that kind of stuff. I'm very much looking forward to Night Rain. Do that. I actually genuinely can't remember if we beat this stage with the Heroes team or not. I think we might have gotten to like the final stage Gohan, and then at that point people had like lost enough of their passive like build-ups and stuff that then it was just too hard to do that final phase. I genuinely can't remember. But yeah, Night Rain's going to be really good. I just need to decide which format to get it on, because I don't know, like, obviously you can play it on your own and you can just matchmake with random people, but like, I don't know like who else is getting it and on what formats, because if like a bunch of my friends were all going to get it on one specific thing, then that's the one I would get it on. I just need to post in like one of our group chats or like Discord and stuff and just ask if any of them are actually getting it. But I know some people have said, like, from the community, like in our Discord, like, I already know at least one person's getting it on Xbox and one person's getting it on PlayStation. Oh, God. Of all the possible setups we could get, we get the second turn no slot 1 units. But yeah, all of that Night Rain stuff is all going to be over on the Ningen Plays channel, so make sure you guys go check that out. The link is pinned in the chat on the YouTube and Twitch side. Obviously, if you're on the TikTok, like the shorts are going up there as well. But all the longer videos, like in detail guides for all the different characters. I'm going to do one going over like all the different Nightfarers, like each one with their own videos for like their abilities and stuff. I also want to do a fun one that's going over like if this is the kind of build that you use in a Souls game, like if this is the kind of build you used in Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3, like this will be the Nightfarer for you kind of thing. Bunch of different stuff. The biggest thing is going to be on the first day, getting to grips with how the rune system works and then making a video like explaining it, because in the beta like it really was not clear at all. And I kept getting stuff like I'd finish a run with like one of the characters and then I would get a rune of like a certain colour that would give a buff to like a specific character, but that character wouldn't have one of those colour slots, so they couldn't use it anyway. It was weird. So need to get a proper understanding of how that all works. But all of that stuff, all that information, guides, the streams, challenge runs and stuff, all the content that we end up doing for Night Rain is all going to be over on the Ningen Plays channel, so do go check that out. Make sure you give it a subscribe while you're over there, and then yeah, that's where all of that stuff will be. You'll get it on Xbox. Yeah, because I don't know if my friend like Jake, who's been on some of the previous like Souls streams when I've done stuff, whether he intends to get it or not, because then he would be getting it on Xbox. I mean, Xbox would usually be my go-to, and then it's stuff where it's like if it's a game that I'm going to play with Little Blue or that she wants as well, then get it on PlayStation. And then I do now, like I have a PC that could run it, and I know some of my friends that back in the day, like used to be more console orientated, are now PC gamers. Like Dan and Bard, who I've played some Hunt with on the second channel. You guys might have seen those. Dan's jumped in for a couple of other games with us before. Party Animals, I think, back in the day as well, at least once. They're primarily PC gamers now. So it's one of those things where it's like, I could get it on any of the formats and have at least one person to play it with, but obviously it's you need 3 players for the most part. And from the beta, unless they're going to add anything in, there's no like in-game voice chat. So it's going to be much easier, like if you have a group of friends that you're playing it with, and then even if it ends up just being like you're all in a Discord call or something, like you can have your own thing set up so you can communicate with each other, which probably is going to be like the easiest way of doing it, but see how it goes, I suppose. I won't get it at all because for me it looks too easy. That's the reason, and not that I suck at Souls-like games. Yeah, Girth, you'll be playing it. I enjoyed the stream, but I have to be up in a few hours. Gonna sleep some more later, everyone. Hey, take it easy, Raph. Appreciate you. But yeah, do check out the second channel if you're interested in any of that Night Rain stuff. That's where all of the content will be. I will be streaming it for a good few hours on the day it comes out, getting to grips with it, trying out the different characters. That's the thing, each run through of like because it's 3 days and then a boss at the end. Like each run through supposedly takes like 45 minutes. And on launch, because there's going to be more added later as DLC, on launch there's going to be 8 characters. So in theory, that would mean that it would take 6 hours to play a run through with each character. So like a full run through from start to finish, like it would take 6 hours to do all 8 characters. Yeah, literally, I only just clocked that. I couldn't tell what that said. I don't know if it came up in the chat, because I know YouTube chat emotes don't usually show up in the thing. So I don't know if that showed up in the on-screen chat or not. Always some people have to be terrible. Okay, it actually didn't come up on the chat at all anyway, because there were other messages below it, I think. Oh no, it did. Great. I'm sorry, I'm not recording this anyway, but yeah, this is the kind of thing, as we've discussed in the past, like I know some people like having the chat on the screen, but it's like this kind of thing that like ruins it for everybody, because if I was recording a video, I would then have to now hide the chat for like the whole video. So I know like when we are doing showcases and stuff, people do like to see that, like, you know, the memes of people saying like, hi YouTube and hello future me and all that stuff, but like, yeah, some people just always have to ruin it for everybody. Banned them so quick I didn't even notice. Yeah, like I couldn't see what it said because the chat window, because I've got the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat up on this other monitor, I couldn't actually make out what it was. But yeah, they're gone, so... Let me guess if I look at, say, No, I was going to say, let me guess it's an account that was made today, but nope. I'm more excited for the Toon L's this weekend than the World Tournament itself. Yeah, I have to make a little, I'll make a little thing with the Toon L emote, and then, yeah, Toon L tracker, and put it somewhere. Which will be another thing to update every time. Because we've got to do the timer, the number of members, the, the timer, the number of members, the progress towards each of the goals. Yeah, World Tournament is this weekend, everyone's favourite game mode. Do that. Trying to work out if there's I don't think you can like there's a way to like ban specific emotes where yeah, it's alright, Tyler, don't worry. There's a few of us in here, so alright, well, I guess we'll just have to do that for now. Yeah, I know. What a sad existence if that's all you have to do with your day. I know. Like, it's bad enough doing it once, but then yeah, having like other alt accounts. I never understand why people do stuff like that. Well, I mean, I get it to a certain extent, is that the person is obviously so sad and has nothing going on in their life that, like, the fact that we are talking about them now, even though we are talking about them in the aspect of saying what a sad, like, loser they are, that's like the only, I guess, the only time people notice they exist or something, like, because that's the one thing I've never really understood about people who are like really into trolling and stuff. I guess is it like, I guess, an extension of the like no news is bad news, like, kind of mentality, is I guess people would rather have, like, some people like this person would rather have people talking about how much of a pathetic loser they are they would rather have that than have nobody talk about them at all, which I guess is what their real life is like. Like, no one cares about them, they have no friends, so the only way they get any attention is by getting negative attention on the internet, which is really sad. And unfortunately, like I say, it plays into it by talking about it, so I'm not going to say much more about it. Like, they'll keep just getting instant, like, all of their random extra accounts will just keep getting instantly banned. The chat's not up on the screen now, so they're not achieving anything. No. Okay, so I'm going to get their Dokkan attack here. I mean, this should just be GG.
Time to get serious. Gonna go all out.
The hero's agenda is still rocking. Yeah, I couldn't remember if I'd done this stage with. We tried doing this stage just to see if we could use the Tech Super Saiyan Goku and Gohan, and they were just getting annihilated even in this stage. And then the thought just randomly crossed my mind of like, did I do this stage with the heroes team already? I actually couldn't remember, so I thought, well, we'll give it a go. Do you think Heroes is going to EZA around the October time frame? Well, it's, yeah, normally November, isn't it? I'm assuming that as we've had no other news to the contrary, I'm assuming that they're still just going to drop the Heroes EZAs around the November time. But yeah, no way to know. I assume that that's going to be the case, as we've heard nothing else otherwise. Okay. I think we might die to this. We might live because it's the active skill turn, but... Okay, yeah, never mind. 55k. Alright. We'll see a Super EZA. No, I don't think Heroes characters will get Super EZAs. Unfortunately. It would be awesome, but I don't see it. Yeah, Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Goku, the normal Super Saiyan 4 Gohan and Bardock, and then it should be Rebel and Supreme Kai of Time. And there's one other one. Hearts. Yeah, the Hearts one should be, hopefully, should be really good. Yeah, I can't wait for the Limit Breakers to get them and then, like, do more, like, full Super Saiyan 4 teams. Because by the time we get to November and all of those Hero Super Saiyan 4s get EZAs, we might have a Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku in the game by then as well. So, a great 8-power team is going to be super fun. Especially if they make Goku, like, actually good enough to then be a slot 1 unit. Like, Limit Breaker Goku. Well, yeah, I think they did say, like, someone pointed it out before when we were talking about it, is they said that Super EZAs are only going to be for Dokkan Fest exclusives and LRs to start with. Which means at some point in the future, a non-Dokkan Fest or EZA will get a Super EZA. It just depends when they decide to do it. And obviously, they're probably going to go through a lot of the older Dokkan Fests and LRs first before they move on to any non. But like characters like we talked about earlier, right? Like Marseillan and Tapion, who have their own Dokkan events, like maybe they could get a Super EZA at some point. But considering we haven't started Super EZAing the 120 leaders yet, and Marseillan came out with Tech Angel Goku, I can't imagine even if he was going to get a Super EZA, it's probably not going to be anytime soon. I would love him to get a Super EZA and actually be really good again, though. That would be great. Because he's a stacker. If he gets a super EZA, then he can be a festival destroyer. Not that I care about that, but it would just be funny for the memes. That'll be the one time I will guarantee that I will make a video using the new unit in the Festival Battles, which is not a thing I currently do because I hate that event. But if Marseillan gets a super EZA because he's a stacker, I will do a festival showcase for him. Oh, this is potentially going to be the last turn. Really want STR Final Form Cooler to get a super EZA, that won't be for a while. What would be really good is if they gave him, because he got an EZA during the Cooler worldwide, right? So if they EZA'd LR STR Final Form Cooler and then super EZA'd the TUR STR Cooler at the same time, like that would be awesome. Alright, Trunks get some crits in here. I feel like we must have done this stage before, right? Because we are going to do it now. So for me to have just done it first try, we must have done it before. I'm trying to think if it was around the time that the worldwide stuff came out, but... Alright, so we've got about 10 minutes before we should potentially see news, if there is news today. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that that is one of the easier events. Yeah, Gumku is the AGL Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku. With that horrible frame of him like showing his gums. We did never manage to do Demon King Piccolo. Yeah, Gumku's the AGL one. Birdku is the tech one. But yeah, all they need to do to fix his EZA, well, I say that, they need to up his stat, they need to do a bunch of different things, but the main thing they need to do is to fix his EZA is give him the, when this unit or any other unit revives, he then gets his permanent guard and like extra buff, and then he'll be good. Because that was always the problem even on release, is if you're running his team, only one of the Gokus can revive, so then only one of the Gokus gets permanent guard. So then if you're below 59% HP and the other one is on the rotation, he doesn't have guard anymore, and then he just gets destroyed. Or can get destroyed, because his defense was okay. Obviously, like post-super back then, he still had good defense. But if you get caught by a super... So yeah, that's the main thing that they do. Just give him the, when he or any other ally revives, he gets his extra buff. And then yeah, he should be good to go, really. Obviously they just buff like everything else that he does, because... Let's have a look. Where is the Goku? Let's have a look at Birdku here. I wonder what they'll put their leader skills up to as well. Will it just be 200% and 4 key? Because Carnival LRs, new Carnival LRs are all going to have 220. Will they just easy the old ones to being like 200% and 4 key? Because 200% leads are still fine. I don't want to break up this rotation, but You need to, if Rosé's on turn 2, you really need to keep him on rotation so you can get some extra stacks. But yeah, Goku greatly raises attack for 1 turn and does colossal damage with his 12 key, and then infinite stacks defense on his 18 key. So his 18 keys just raise defense, you make it greatly raise defense, and then his 12 key greatly raise attack and raise defense for 1 turn. Would be really good. Base effects, he gets key and stats, that's fine. When he receives an attack is effective against all types of extra defense. It's after receiving an attack though, so he's one of those units where the first hit he takes does more damage. So if they just changed that wording to when receiving an attack, he would get that defense straight away on the first hit, and that would obviously make him better. And then for every attack received, he gets key and attack, so you could give him key, attack, and defense. When HP is 60% or more, he guards. And then yeah, when he or an enemy in the same turn is KO'd, or ally is KO'd, with revives of 59% HP. After the character's revival is activated, guards all attacks, and then high chance to crit. So it should just be whenever the character or any ally's revival ability is activated. And then yeah, he'll be good to go. And then he has the active skill, greatly raise attack temporarily, ultimate damage, and action break. Like, that's easy enough. It can use, and once he's revived, you can just use it straight away. But yeah, like his EZA will be really, really good. As long as I don't mess it up, obviously. Like, any character could get a really good EZA, or could get a really bad EZA. It just depends what they actually decide to do, right? I've got 7 minutes until potential lose. But yeah, UI and Blue Vegeta were the first revive. Like, revive was the big mechanic that was introduced with the 6th anniversary. God, yeah, I forgot this. This guy disables dodge, which is horrendous. Not disables dodge. Gives you massively minus the key, which is really annoying. Come on, Fu. You can get multiple additionals. I need you to actually do some super attacks. Wow. So even if he had gotten a super, he just did 3 additional normals. So he just did 4 normal attacks. Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of these heroes units really do rely on like actually getting their super attacks. So at least God Trunks has loads of key. God, what a terrible rotation this is. It's one of the reasons why this stage is so hard for the Heroes team, because they get, like, it's really hard to build up your characters when no one can super attack. Dokkan page up ready. So we've got 4 minutes potentially. Oh god, a turn where we can actually get super attacks. That's crazy. Does this guy just have like super low health to make up for the fact that we don't get key? Yeah, because 27 million, I mean, that's still good, right? Obviously, from Demigra, but... yeah, he's definitely not that tough. In comparison to, like, the other stages, he's not hitting that hard, and he doesn't have that much HP, because it's like allies minus 6 key or something, which is super annoying. I see, now Fu gets loads of supers in the turn where we already had tons of key. Rosé is going to transform, which is good because then that heals me. Just let Trunks go first because Trunks will kill him. Yeah, Trunks is not the best when it comes to defense, but like linked up with God Goku, he can do some pretty good damage. So... oh wow. I was about to say this is where it starts to get awkward though, because now this is where the rotation locking comes into play, but he literally locked our slot 3 unit in slot 3. So exactly what we wanted basically. I feel like there has to be news in 2 minutes since they'll need a data download for... yeah, exactly. Well, we don't have the data download for the World Tournament stuff yet either. So, like, data download has to be at the latest on Thursday. See, it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, there you go. It's the hidden God Goku EZA details. Alright, I'm going to message my thumbnail guy quickly. Make sure there isn't anything else. Oh, good. Goku's locked in slot 3, which messes up our whole, like, not having extreme units on the same rotation thing, or super units. I mean, at least he doesn't disable dodge, but... new missions for the legendary Frieza event. Oh, is there an in-game, like, news on upcoming content? Yeah, okay. Let me open that in a separate thing as well. So global info news. So Miraculous Awakening Extreme Super Battle Road. New missions for the Frieza event. That's basically it. I'm assuming they're probably going to be like tournament participants or something. Seem good. Okay, so it's always easier to just do this. Like it is easier to do this off stream because then because I need to change like which windows are up maximized and stuff like that. So we will end the stream here so I can record the EZA details video and put it up straight away. So make sure you guys do check it out. We finally got some news, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and record that quickly and get it up. So yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, give a follow if you're on the Twitch side or the TikTok side, like the stream if you're on the YouTube side, and then yeah, we will get that video up ASAP. But yeah, that's going to be it from me. Make sure you check out the Ningen Plays channel pinned in the chat. We'll be playing some more Expedition 33 later. Hopefully I'll see you there. But yeah, have a good one, enjoy the day, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.